We're live.
All right, we are live. Week 6 is here.
Hello.
Welcome back to the Super Fantasy Bros podcast.
Huzzah!
Huzzah.
So this is, this Huzzah shit is really killing the vibe early.
Huzzah!
Pause just walked by casually behind Matt. If you were able to catch it, if
That's
not,
a rare sighting.
talk back to fantasy here. This is pretty much the halfway point of the fantasy regular season.
I didn't want to say it. I
So
thought
this
we were going to move
is-
past that.
Where you really got to look at your team, look at your roster. Is this a championship caliber team? If not, start making adjustments. Don't go crazy, but
Go
definitely
stupid.
look at making some adjustments, especially if you're sitting there at 1-4.
2 and
Obviously,
3.
0-5 is tough, but 1-4,
Uh,
2-3, even 3-2. See if you can get that next step to win that championship.
Don't be one of the guys who just give your team away either.
Yeah, don't do that.
I'm close.
If you're 0-5, do not start dropping people and throwing people away. No
Don't
one
do
likes
that.
that guy. You'd be kicked out of our league if you were in our league.
Immediately.
I'd rather my players rot on my bad team.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the shape of Italy? A boot.
Boo!
Exactly.
The
exactly.
Yudders.
Yeah, it is.
All right, let's get into some cap or no cap before we get into some game previews and rankings. Starting off here, Lamar Jackson will finish outside of the top 5 quarterbacks at the end of the season. Is this cap or no cap?
No cap.
I say no cat.
No cap.
You can kind of get an
No
idea of who the
cap.
top 5 are going to be at the end, or right. The same top 5 right now are probably going to be the same top. I don't know the top 5 off the top of my. Is Aaron Rodgers in the
Not
top
bad.
5?
I think Dak might be in the top 5.
Yeah, Dak finishing top 5 for sure.
I could see Aaron Rodgers taking his space.
Yeah, I
Was
could
he-
see Aaron Rodgers pushing up in there. I know Deshaun Watson's schedule is going to get a lot easier if he starts picking it up, but Kyler Murray, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers,
Derek Carr is number 8.
Russell Wilson,
It's-
Derek
that's-
Carr.
I still think it's a toss.
Yeah, I still think Lamar Jackson has a chance to get in the top 5. I don't see him outside the top 7 or 8. Right now, I think he's 11, so
He's
I
10.
Top 5 is definitely not solidified
Number 10.
by any means.
think he'll be top 10. But top 5 is
Just a-
risky, and
Yeah.
you're sad if you drafted him in the first round of the second round. You're a little upset. Boo-hoo.
Cry about it.
How you learn.
All right. Next one here. Jimmy Graham and Greg Olson will both finish ahead of Rob Gronkowski this season for the old tight ends.
I
Is this
wish
cap
I
or
had
no
a
cap?
hat on so I could throw it in the other room. Because that's absolutely no cap.
Yeah, it's got to be no
It's
cap.
Hot garbage. I mean, I think Greg Olson and Jimmy Graham could each have like 3 catches a game for 36 yards for the rest of the season and still finish ahead of Gronk.
Will they finish ahead of Cameron Brate?
Probably.
Yes.
yeah,
Because
I'm
I
not
see
con-
Gronk playing more snaps than Brate.
I'm not confident. Gee, where's your Cameron Brate jersey, by the way? I thought you were.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
They don't sell
Yeah.
them. They don't sell them.
I'm sure
Yeah.
you can customize it.
You might be customizing.
That'd be like an extra $50 for Cameron Brate.
I hope I get you for Secret Santa because that's what you're getting.
Hey.
Cameron Brate.
At least
Use-
get it from Pristine Auctions.
Only if they partnered with us.
Q is not a man of his word. Anyway,
we all knew that.
I'm going no cap. Jimmy Graham, Greg Olson, good. Rob Gronkowski,
I'm
bad.
retiring.
Bed.
He said bad.
All right. Next one here. If all 3 running backs in the Ravens backfield stay healthy, none of them will be fantasy relevant this season. Cap or no cap?
No cap.
No
You
cap.
can
I
win
have no
countless
reason to cap that.
Yeah, they're
Me
none
either.
of them have stood out to me so far, and that's even with a couple being banged up here and there. So if they're all healthy, that's
Honestly, free J.K. Dobbins.
Do you think
Free him.
free
No,
Kodak. honestly.
only
Free
only
Kodak for real.
Free Kodak.
Ingram needs to get hurt for anything in this backfield to be relevant? Because if Gus Edwards is hurt, I mean, he's barely.
It's not
being-
going to change much.
Yeah.
He's playing some snaps, though, which
He
which
is, but-
weird.
It is weird.
If he
Gus
wasn't
was.
there, it wouldn't be.
Yeah, I still don't think it's that much better. I think they need to free J.K. Dobbins, get him more touches, but I don't think it's going to happen.
They
So,
got to trade Lamar then. 'cause
Not
he's
this
like-
year,
okay.
at least.
yeah, not this year. And Yeah, we've seen Mark Ingram be productive just last year, so this offense can produce a fantasy-friendly running back. It's just
Mhm.
that three-headed monster is ugly.
I miss Buck Allen.
Don't ever say that again.
It's the
Justin
worst sentence
Forsett.
I've ever heard.
Justin Forsett.
Matt, who was their other running back
Ew.
you drafted?
Justin Forsett. Oh.
Oh, Alex Collins.
Alex Collins.
That year,
Cannot
I drafted
remember.
Alex Collins and Kenyon Drake on the Dolphins, and they were like the worst picks ever. And they were both supposed to be good. I was
Alex
like,
Collins
okay,
was
cool.
bad.
He was
Bad at
bad.
football.
It's because he did like fucking ballet or whatever. Irish tap dancing.
Yeah, he did the jig or whatever it was.
He's a moron.
what if Alex Collins is in the chat right now? Sorry, Alex
We
Collins.
said
You're not a
it
moron.
straight.
Yeah, right.
All right. Next one here. Justin Jackson will be the most fantasy relevant back on the Chargers as long as Eckler is out. Is this cap or no cap?
This is
cap.
easy no cap.
No
I might
cap.
not be putting my cap back on. It's been
Yeah, it's been no cap. Like
it's been no cap
since the
straight
get-go.
through. Yeah, I'm sticking with that. Justin Jackson, he got more snaps. He looked better. And I still think he's the better pass catching back of the two. So Josh Kelly more touchdown dependent. Justin Jackson, PPR friendly. Next one here. Chase Claypool has overtaken Deontay Johnson as the number 2 wide receiver on the
Put
Steelers.
that hat right
Yeah.
back on.
Yeah.
Put it back
Put
on.
Put
that
it
cap.
on. Put
I
it
spoke
on.
too soon. I spoke too soon.
Ah.
That's cap. That's got to be cap. Deontay Johnson is super talented.
He's still banged up too. So I mean,
You need him to get healthy. And I think Chase Claypool's not going away, though. I think he's still going to be a boomer bust flex option. He's giving me Martavis Bryant vibes for Martavis Bryant's first year on the Steelers, where you'd catch a long touchdown. You'd have like 3 catches for like 79 yards and a touchdown or something.
it's like a Tyrell Williams.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's definitely a boomer bust flex, but we'll see. If Claypool continues to get more work,
Right. If we see consistency, then that might change.
then things might change. But for now, stay calm on Deontay Johnson. I still think he's number 2 option.
Yeah.
And Juju hasn't been that good either, so
He
Screw him.
room for number 1.
there's room. There is room.
That's a conversation for another week.
All right. Next one here. From week 3 on, Gerald Everett will outscore Tyler Higbee as the better tight end option on the Rams.
Stop that.
Well, what has it been?
Yeah,
lately?
no bias. That's
Since
that's
week
cap.
3, Tyler Higbee has 8 targets, 16 fantasy points. Gerald Everett has 7 targets and 24 fantasy points since week 3.
We've seen Gerald Everett do stuff in this offense before.
So Gerald Everett's averaging
So
Eight.
wait. Have we not seen Tyler Higbee do anything in this offense? He's
last
just
5
been-
games of the season last year.
He's just been completely
Everyone brings it up.
irrelevant.
But that was without Cooper Cup for some of those games, I believe. So
What about the game this year against the Eagles?
yeah,
What
he
about
went
the
off.
game
He went off. That's why I said from week 3 on. I still think it's cap. I don't know if Gerald Everett's
Yeah.
going to be the guy, but I think if you combine Gerald
Why
Everett
I
and
oughta.
Tyler Higbee into one tight end, they would be elite. So if one of them gets hurt, they're good.
This
Don't have
isn't build
kids.
your. This isn't build a tight end.
That is build a tight end. 15 targets, 40 fantasy points for 3 games. That'd be nice.
It would be all right.
That'd be decent. That'd be a starting tight end.
Yeah.
Tell them to have kids or something.
Last one here. No matter who the quarterback is, whoever plays the Atlanta Falcons defense this season will be a top 10 fantasy quarterback for that week.
Unless
Cap
you're the
or
Jets.
no cap?
Negative. Sam Darnold ain't doing it. I don't.
Joe Flacco.
Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just saying.
I don't.
Probably
I
not
don't even
top 10.
see Jimmy Garoppolo doing it if he's the starter against. the
Okay.
Falcons.
Well, I think he would. I think that was just a fluky game.
I don't think he would.
Or he's just a fluke in general.
Huh?
Defense carries.
Hot takes?
Just because you look good don't mean you play good.
Well, he doesn't have much competition taking over. I'm not really nervous about Nick Mullins or CJ Beathard.
Are you talking about in the looks category or?
Definitely
In
not
both.
Nick Mullins.
In both. Anyways, I think most quarterbacks will probably be a top 10 option. But yeah, there's definitely some exclusions. We'll talk about that in a little bit for this week because there's a guy on the borderline.
Okay. All right.
But let's get into today's sponsor before we get into the game previews. So today's sponsor, again, as always, the Thrive Fantasy app for iOS and Android. Thrive Fantasy app is a daily fantasy sports app for player props and playing daily fantasy. So if you download the Thrive Fantasy app today, use our promo code SUPERFB, SUPERFB, and you deposit $20 or more, you will receive an instant $50 bonus. I don't know how many times I have to tell you guys.
Yeah,
Pretty much you're getting $50, 2.5 times the amount you're depositing, which is only $20. And you get to play with that money to try and win more money. If you know your fantasy stuff, download this app, Thrive Fantasy app today, and set a lineup for this weekend and try and win your share of thousands of dollars.
If you're 0-4, 0-5, or 1-4, and you haven't deposited yet, now you know why. Set yourself some good karma. That was some bad karma, so just do it.
Whatever the hell Q's talking
You know what?
about.
Yeah,
Do
whatever
it!
Q said, just do it.
Just do it.
All right,
As
let's-
Shia LaBeouf would say.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get into some game previews and rankings. Unfortunately, no Thursday night football this week, and we were supposed to have a good game, the Bills and the Chiefs. That game was pushed until Monday night, and as T-Gods is showing, let's discuss our picks, where we're at in the standings. So we've been picking every game since week 1. Where are we at, T-Gods? Who
All
is
right.
in last?
coming in at last, 49-28, is the man hanging his head in shame right now.
How'd that happen?
He picked a couple games by himself, and they were some pretty bad
He was
choices.
feeling sexy.
Scared money
Yeah,
don't make no
he was
money.
feeling real cute last week.
I feel even cuter this week.
It was Nick Mullins cute last week.
Yikes.
This week I'm Jimmy Garoppolo cute.
All right.
Tied for second is Sean and Q,
Told
50
ya.
and 50 and 27. Of course, I'm still leading as usual, 51 and 26. We're all one game apart, but yeah, I'll probably
It's
be more than that
tight.
after this week.
Whoa, already.
Whoa.
You and Sean
talking
are
crap.
just gonna pick the same teams like they have been all year. So they're like, yeah, dude, if I'm this record, you're this record.
I do not want to be the same as Q. I
Speak
am
for yourself.
coming for that number 1 spot. Q just happens to piggyback off of me.
Two
Hey,
games ain't nothing.
I'm a picks champ, so maybe.
Hey, yo,
you
watch
wanna-
this.
Q is a picks champ. He did win a picks league last year with 30 people. So Q does have that under his belt. I'll give him that. But he stinks this year. So don't go with Q's picks.
Football sucks.
Let's not talk about what Q has under his belt. All right.
Yikes.
A lot of something.
Yo, gross. All right. We do have some teams on a bye this week before we get into some games. Chargers, Saints, Seahawks, and Raiders. So you are missing some elite options. Alvin Kamara, DK Metcalf, Russell Wilson, Chris Carson. Herbert's been solid. Keenan Allen, Josh Jacobs, Darren Waller. Those guys are all on the bye, so you definitely are going to need some fill-ins this week. But let's start. Obviously, no Thursday night football. So Sunday, Texans at the Titans.
Quick shout out. Fuck Roger Goodell. He looked at my schedule. He looked at my fantasy schedule when making these changes. I had Herbert against the Jets this week, and now I don't have Herbert, Wilson, Carson, or Justin Jackson. So screw you, Roger Goodell. Sorry,
I
continue.
don't think that's a shout out.
He said shout out. This man
Blame-
said shout out.
Blame Goodell for COVID.
Yeah, hey Roger Goodell. Fuck you. Now
All right, Q is going on an absolute rant.
let's go on with the
Let's get it started here.
He's so mad.
Texans at the Titans. Q is mad because he's going to lose to me this week in fantasy.
Oh, shit.
I'm not going that far.
Oh,
okay.
wait. We have podcast matchups this week. I just peeped.
Oh.
That's crazy.
So you two are playing each other too, right?
Yeah.
T-Gods versus Matt, Sean versus Q. As 3-2, about to be 4-2. I am the best team aside from Matt.
I'm not. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna bring up my record because people would just hate on me anyway. So,
And the possible trade.
Oh,
It's
there is
sitting-
some talks.
it's sitting in my inbox. Maybe we'll talk about that later.
All right. Well, let's finally talk about the Texans and the Titans. Deshaun Watson has looked blocked in. Did you guys rank him any higher this week? I moved him into my top 5.
Mm-mm.
The
I
Sean
have him right
Watson.
outside. I have him at 7.
4. I'm with you, T Gods. I am
I
with
have-
you.
7 as well for me.
Hey.
It's fair ranking. I like Deshaun Watson a lot this week. I don't think the Titans are as scary as they made Josh Allen look last week, especially
Yeah, for sure.
like
I mean,
I think they're not the best defense. So I think you're able to move the ball against them.
But I also think that the Texans don't really have as good a offense as we thought they might have at the beginning of the season.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, they obviously had some tougher games, Steelers and the Ravens early on, and they did struggle a little bit. But last week gave me some confidence for sure. This week, I'm still confident. I mean, I think we saw Gardner Minshew and Kirk Cousins have 25 plus point games back to back against the Titans defense before this Josh Allen game. And obviously, they had a bunch of time to prepare with all the COVID stuff going on for
Yeah,
that game.
right.
So we'll see. I do like Deshaun Watson a lot this week. What are you doing with David Johnson? You still rolling him out there in your lineups?
Not me. He's on my bench for Gaskin.
Okay,
Oh,
that
that's fair. That's a fair bench.
That's not
big.
bad. I have Gaskin ranked one position ahead of David Johnson. So I
I-
can't really argue it.
We saw what Singletary did against the Titans. It was next to nothing. And if we're gonna go with the comparison, I also would put Gaskin. I have four spots ahead of David Johnson. David Johnson's still gonna get the work.
I
But yeah,
still have David Johnson ahead of Gaskin. I probably am a little bit too far ahead. I have David Johnson at 18. I have Gaskin at 25. I think they're both viable starters. I still just like David Johnson. I think he breaks out at some point.
Yeah.
May not be this week, but I don't know. I'm more confident in the veteran running back. The Dolphins scare me. They're so inconsistent.
That's true.
Moving on to the wide receivers here. Will Fuller's obviously a must start. Brandon Cooks after a big week. Did you move him up any? You considering starting him?
He still
he-
scares me.
I have him ranked outside of my top 35.
I have him at 35, and he reeled me in with his performance last week. I'm gonna start him, and hopefully we get Brandon Cooks. As of right now, he's in my starting lineup. But yeah, hopefully.
Q likes to tinker.
Oh, yeah.
he does.
He
Usually,
started Braxton Berrios a
I
couple
mean,
weeks
you,
ago.
you
so.
can do that when you're 1-4.
I mean, I'm not 1-4 based off my knowledge. I've dealt with a lot.
Welcome
Yeah.
to my world.
Sutton and
buddy.
Saquon is definitely a loss, but yeah, Brandon Cooks flex option at best. Desperate flex option. On the other side of the ball, Derrick Henry must start. Is Tannehill becoming like a locked-in starter? Are we still sleeping on him?
I'm not
At this
sleeping.
point? Where
I'm
did
not
you rank him
sleeping.
this week? I think I'm still sleeping on him. I still have him at 16, but I feel like I should move him up because
I
he's
got
been
him at
so good.
11.
Yeah. I have him at 17, and looking at it, I'm like, might
Why?
have to move
I'm
him
just
up.
disrespecting the name at this point.
He just
Like,
had
if you
4
had a-
touchdowns.
If you had a
But-
different name on Ryan Tannehill, you'd be a lot better.
You
That
used to
name is
love
just-
Tanny. You loved
I
Tanny.
did. I
He
did
liked
love
Miami.
Tannehill, but then
Miami
like
team.
Gase took over and it got bad.
They
and
had
injuries.
all that time off. I believe Corey Davis is still backed up. So,
He might
I
be
mean,
back this week.
He might be back.
Okay.
He's
So-
questionable.
If Corey Davis is out, his top two options are AJ Brown and Jonnu Smith. So, and I don't really see any running back catching out of the backfield. So, I mean, it's going to be hard. I feel like they rely heavily on Derrick Henry. They saw what he did last week. I mean, he posterized Josh Norman in football form, and that was very embarrassing.
Turn-
R.I.P. Josh Norman.
Turn him into a meme.
Yeah, he did.
He did. Yeah, I think I'm disrespecting Tanny. I mean, he has 3 games this year that are really solid. I did start to trust him in week 3 at Minnesota, and he gave me an 11-point stinker. So I feel like Tannehill's always got one of those in his back pocket, but I definitely should move him up more than 16. But
Definitely.
Tannehill or
still just some insurance in there.
Tannehill or Andy Dalton this week.
I have Tannehill above Andy Dalton. I have Tannehill at 16, Dalton at 17.
Okay. Yeah, that's where I have him. Well, one in front of the other.
I have
Yeah.
Dalton ahead of Tannehill.
It's
But
still viable.
But if I were to adjust my rankings, I would actually move Tanny above Brady and have him in between like Brady and Big Ben territory.
Yeah, I'd probably put him around Minshew, Matt Ryan territory right now. 12, 13. I should probably move him up a little bit. But Jared Goff's been good too. So like I was struggling to find a reason to move him up over these guys.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. I could be wrong. Tannehill's been
will
nice.
see.
We
We
talked
will
about
see.
Tannehill for too long now. AJ Brown looked awesome in his first game back. Did you move him into your top 15 this week?
That was very promising first game back.
16.
18.
Yeah, I got him at 18 also. So I think he's a top 20 option.
Yeah.
Wide
He did
receiver too.
look So good. He looked
Yeah.
very.
And he's got that upside for big plays all the time.
And it's a good sign that Tannehill looked that good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone in
for
this
sure.
podcast had Ty ranked over him going into the draft. I won't mention any names, but
Was it you?
no.
Who was it?
It was this guy right here.
Oh my! The same guy who would have took fucking Joe Mixon over D-Hop. No
All right,
wonder.
all right. Number one, running backs were scarce. Number two, Philip Rivers is supposed to be feeding Ty like he did this
Yeah.
past week. You
We're
never
not
know.
talking about
We
this,
could turn
Sean.
this around.
There's no turning it around. You
Let's
were
move
wrong.
on because I'm sad. Jonnu Smith, top 5 this week. Is he
Well-
officially a top 5 tight end? Because
A lot
I
of
have him
anger
at
this
4.
week.
I have him
Number
at 5.
6. I should have him at 5 over Gasecki, but I mean Gasecki.
Gasecki at 5?
I have Gasecki at 5 also. His matchup
Whoa.
is juicy.
It's very juicy. That's the reason I have him at 5. And aside from D Park, he's the second option.
Yeah, Johnny top 5. He's if he didn't have the bye week, he could be a top 1 or 2 like tight end overall right now, score points wise.
I wouldn't
I-
be surprised if he finished top 5 this week.
I have Gasecki at 8. I like Jonnu Smith a lot more, though. Jonnu Smith has been super involved on that offense, and he's a red zone threat, too. And
Yeah.
Tanny's feeding him. So seems
Tight
like the
end.
new age of Delaney Walker.
Ooh, Delaney. I miss Delaney.
All right, we spent way too much time on this game. Let's pick this one.
Titans.
At
Titans.
Titans.
Titans?
Titans.
Watch us
Titans,
all be
Titans,
wrong.
Titans, Titans, Titans.
Yeah.
All right, next game here. Ravens at the Eagles.
Big yikes.
We already talked about Lamar Jackson. Touched on him a little bit. You still got him in your top 5?
At number 5.
Number 5.
Number
for me
5.
too. We all got him at number
Solely-
5.
Solely because of the matchup. If he was playing like the Steelers or the Colts, I would probably have him outside of my top 5. But the Eagles defense is so vulnerable against anybody.
Except for Slay. Well,
He'd
if
be
you're
outside my top 5 if Russell Wilson wasn't on a bye either.
Yeah,
That's
that's
also
true.
true.
That's yep.
And if
I
Dak didn't
forgot
go
about
down,
bye weeks. Yep.
And if Dak didn't go down.
So I mean, I guess
lots of components.
But
Yeah.
yeah, lots of components. Lamar Jackson's still top 5, and I still like him moving forward. I just don't know if he's still that top 2 guy.
top 2.
Want to see more. Obviously, you're not touching any Ravens running back. The highest one I have ranked is like, I don't even know where. Where did you guys rank any of them?
Any of them?
I have
I
29.
have
is the
Ingram
highest.
at 30.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
the
at
first
29.
one that comes up for me. Ingram at 33.
Yeah, just ugly backfield. Don't start any of them unless you're forced to with a bye week or something, and you're praying Mark Ingram falls face first into the end zone.
Face first.
Yep, exactly. Mark Andrews, good game last week. He looked back. He's obviously a must-start tight end. Still locked in as a top 5 option.
I got him top 2 this week.
What are you doing with Hollywood? He's been inconsistent. He really hasn't been booming. Do you think that boom is coming soon? And
This week.
I
don't
hope so.
if Darius Slay is out, it could really be this week, and he could put up. a
Is he
huge
out
game.
or potentially out?
He's in the concussion protocol, I believe.
Gosh.
Do you see Slay covering Hollywood, or do you think the Eagles would adjust and kind of try and put Slay on Kittle?
On Andrews.
Okay.
Andrews, sorry. What
I thought this was like a fantasy team for a second.
I don't think we, I don't think they put him on Kittle when we played the Niners.
Yeah,
So I think
that's what I was thinking the last.
I just don't know if he's going to shadow Hollywood. He just might stay on his side. Hollywood does move around a lot. Sometimes he moves into the slot too. So I think he should be fine. The Eagles, if he's matched up against anyone that's not named Darius Slay, and Darius Slay might not play, he might be putting up some numbers because the Eagles secondary has not been that great.
LeBlanc getting toasted.
Yep. LeBlanc toasted. Maddox actually practicing, but also burnt toast. So yeah.
Nate Gary toast.
On the other side of the ball, Carson Wentz. Talked about him on yesterday's podcast. He's had 3 straight games of 21 plus points. Is he startable?
If there is any week to not start Wentz, it's this week.
This week, do not start Carson
Do
Wentz.
not start Carson Wentz.
I think after this week, he will start being ranked top 15 for me.
I think he'd be
I
around
have him
that 15
outside of my
area.
top 20.
Yeah, so do I.
Me too. I got him at 21. Yeah, not starting Carson Wentz.
Please
But
don't.
Miles Sanders locked in. You're still starting him. He's the only bright spot on this offense right now.
Yeah.
Moving on to the dark spots, Zach Ertz. Is he back this week? Do you wait till next week? I still ranked him 5th.
That's pretty
Yeah,
high.
I have Ertz at 4.
Yeah, I have him at 4 too, just
I have
because
so much faith in Ertz.
The
his
volume-
upside
Who-
is
The volume and
Uh,
the past success is too much
Exactly.
it's too
to
much.
think that he's going to be this
And
bad moving
you
forward.
act like defenses aren't gonna watch film and adjust to Travis Fulgham doing whatever he's doing, and
If Jackson and Alshon come back, that definitely helps out as well.
Alshon practiced
that's
today
that's
or
true as
yesterday.
well.
Jackson
That's true as
practiced as well. So
Oh my God, we're about to have a squad.
don't get your hopes up.
Yeah.
Uh,
Let's not do that.
if Jackson and Alshon are back, even if they're not, are you starting any Eagles wide receiver, Travis Fulgham, after a big week? I don't think I have any ranked within the top 40.
Fulgham is sexy. I'd
He
wait.
is, but I don't trust
Huge
it yet.
game, but you can't trust him yet. At least
Like
in my
I just said, defenses are gonna adjust.
All right, let's pick this game.
Ravens. I'll be the first to say it. I don't care.
It's going to be the Ravens. Like
I'm taking the Ravens. This is the first time I'm picking against the Eagles in a very
Yeah.
long time.
Ravens, but
Let's go Birds, baby. We're gonna win now.
we should go to the game. Fans are allowed to link now.
If you are looking to pick somebody, I haven't picked against the Eagles since the Patriots in like 2016. So, and we won that game with Sam Bradford at quarterback against the New England
Sam
Patriots with Tom
Bradford,
Brady.
doo doo.
Van Badford.
So
Sam
I have bad
Bradford.
luck when I pick against them, but I just have no faith. The Baltimore Ravens are a way better football team.
And we're so like injury.
Even at home, the Ravens are going to win this game.
I think we'll win, but I for the sake of the picks, I just think the Ravens do have the slight edge.
You honestly think we're gonna win, Q?
Stop, Joe.
We're
The
going to-
bias is showing through more
All right,
than
Q,
ever.
you want me to switch it?
No, I can still speak.
All right. Next game here. Falcons at the Vikings. What the hell is wrong with the Falcons offense? It's Todd Gurley show pretty much at this point. Like Matt Ryan is non-existent. Calvin Ridley had a good game, but he's been inconsistent. Julio
What?
Jones.
He had one bad game, sir. That is not.
Yeah, but that
over the
that
past
bad
couple
game
of
was a
weeks.
donut.
All right.
No, I'm with you, Matt, but I'm saying it was a
I'm
donut.
just
hasn't-
saying, like,
he hasn't
out
been
of
Calvin
5
Ridley.
weeks,
Esque compared to the first 2 weeks. You've been a little disappointed. He hasn't been to that.
did you expect
elite
him to keep
tier.
up
No, I did not.
that production?
I did
I'm
not.
But I didn't
sure
expect
if you
a
watched
donut.
Previous podcasts, we didn't expect that production to continue.
Yeah, I still like Calvin Ridley. I have him as my number 3 wide receiver this week.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
I have him at.
I have at number 5.
Still
Seven.
must
I have him at
start.
7.
So you're
Wide
starting
receiver
Calvin
one.
Ridley. If Julio plays, you're starting him as well. Monitor that hamstring that's still hindering him.
Start
But I'm
him
just
and
talking about
forget
this
it.
offense. It's just ugly. So
Yeah, it is ugly.
the
Y'all
Vikings
forgot
defense is
about Hayden
friendly.
Hurst.
We'll see. shout out Sam. Let's move on to the Vikings. Kirk Cousins bye week fill in. Where do you have him ranked against this Falcon secondary?
I have him at
16.
17.
I moved Kirk Cousins into my top 10.
Whoa!
I'm not against that, Sean.
Whoa.
But
At
I don't
10.
know because he himself is so inconsistent. I don't really think it's like the defense that he plays. It's just his play. So I have him at 16, but I would not be surprised if he finished top 10, like you said.
He has weapons.
He
Yes.
has weapons. It's a favorable matchup. Honestly, the most
Although-
favorable matchup it can be. Although he did not do that much last week against Seattle. Dalvin Cook is out.
But they were still
But I
running
think they're
the
going to
ball.
have to sling it. I think Kirk Cousins is going to figure it out.
I mean,
think
I
he has a
don't
big game.
necessarily think they have to sling it.
Well, yeah, I know what you mean. But I think he's going to sling it. Dylan's going
Yeah.
to get open. Jefferson's going to get open. They're going to put up some points. I like both of them this week also. Alexander Madison, we talked about Dalvin Cook just being hurt. So Alexander Madison obviously must start. He cracked your guys' top 10 this week.
I have
Number
him at number
7.
5.
Number
Got
7.
him at 9. So definitely top 10 option. Definitely a starting running back.
Mhm.
And Adam Thielen's obviously locked in. I actually have him all the way at number 2 this week. The only guy I have over
Whoa.
him is DeAndre Hopkins. I had Thielen last week at 3. And he had
I
like
have him at number 3 this
25,
week.
29 or something. So Thielen has
Yeah.
been on
I think
fire.
Is
so.
Adams
28.
invisible? Is Adams dead to you?
No, I have him at 5. Top 5 option.
Mm.
Coming back from
I have
injury,
Adams at
Adam
2.
Thielen against the Falcons.
Eh.
Thielen has back-to-back weeks of 25-plus points.
Remember we talked about this with the Jets. It could be too good of a matchup.
Well, the Falcons secondary is different. The Jets are really bad run defense. But the
The
Falcons
Jets are just
secondary,
And the Falcons can put up points. So
yeah,
That's true.
exactly. The Falcons can stay competitive. Justin Jefferson, last one to talk about here. Is he more of a boomer bust guy after seeing a poor week last week, or is he someone you still are going to be able to trust moving forward?
I'm not trusting him fully yet.
not fully.
Not
But-
fully, but I'm not mad if I have to flex him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
this
definitely
week
a flex
especially.
option for me. I got him at 23 this week, so I'm pretty confident in him.
I'm at 34.
That's a big gap.
It
Why
is
do you
big
hate
gap.
Justin Jefferson?
I don't hate Justin Jefferson. I
You
just
hate him.
I need to see consistency, Sean.
All right.
I can't have a guy going from
He did
170
struggle.
yards to 60 to whatever.
Yeah, he
That
did
doesn't
struggle
work
last
for
week
me.
in a favorable matchup too, but I think he's back this week. All right, let's pick this one. Falcons at the Vikings. 0-5 Falcons with a interim head coach. Who you got?
Vikings.
Taking the Vikings. Matt's thinking about it.
I was thinking about it when I was making my picks in our picks league, but I gotta go Vikings.
Yay.
T-Gots? Are you
You guys
alone?
is wearing Falcons colors. Look at them.
Are you alone?
I'm alone. I'm alone. Give me the Falcons.
When
He said,
T-Gods is
"Yo,
alone, things go
shout out
bad for
Cody."
us. I hate when T-Gods is
Yeah,
alone.
shout out Cody. Shout out Duffy.
Ew, Duffy's a Falcons fan?
Yeah.
No wonder they fucking suck.
All right, on to the next game here. Browns at the Steelers. The Browns beat up on the Colts. Can they do it versus the Steelers' strong defense?
No.
No.
Oh, I think the Eagles showed some weaknesses in the Steelers defense.
I think that the Steelers' defense is better than the Colts' defense by a little bit, but the Steelers' offense is better than the Colts' offense by a mile.
A lot of
Yeah,
bit.
definitely.
Yeah,
So
I
I
agree.
think
I agree with you there. But I do think the Browns are still going to be able to move the ball. OBJ and Jarv, they actually escaped yesterday's podcast without being talked about because they
Oh
are
my
both so
gosh.
average. So let's talk about them this week. Where you go? Where do you guys got them?
I got Odell at 14.
I'm very high on OBJ this week. I have him at 10.
I have him at 12. I think that he is ever
I think
since
he
that
has a big game.
40-point game.
Sean
yeah,
doesn't like it.
better.
They're
He
gonna have to
think- look
keep
at him.
up.
Look at his face. He
They're
thinks
gonna have to
Jarv should
keep
be
up.
there.
I
Jarv
don't
number
think-
one.
I don't think Jarv should be there. I still have OBJ ranked over him. I'm just
I have
not-
Jarv at 32.
I think I have Jarv at 20. No, I have Jarv at 30. So
33.
right there with you.
Yeah, you are.
Jarv's a
That's-
flex option, but I don't think OBJ has still confirmed to me that he's got that upside. Obviously, we saw him put up 40 points, but he had 10 points last week.
Right.
He's still
That
inconsistent,
40-point
still hit
game
or
is
miss.
saving his season.
I
as
got
of
him at
now.
22 right now, so I still think low wide receiver 2 option. I'm just not as high as you guys are yet.
I can dig it.
I feel like a lot of these players are like we're like talking about getting rid of him and they go off. And then Jarv, we talk about like how bad he is, and he's just like, I don't care. I'll just put up another 10 point game.
He said, whatever, I'll be average.
Yeah, Jarvis been very consistent again, but not as good as he
Not
was
the
last year.
consistent
Yeah.
you want. He's
Right.
been
Consistently, like-
consistently ass.
8 to 14 points, like just a decent flex at this point. All right, Kareem the Dream. Did you rank him top 5 this week?
Did
Even in a
I?
tough matchup, because I have him at
I have him.
number 2.
Whoa, I have him at 5.
I have him
Number
at
2, I have him
4.
at 4.
Yeah, 4.
I just think he's even against the Colts last week, who have been really good against the run. He's still at 18. He's still involved in the passing game. He's got this backfield on lock without Nick Chubb. He's
Mhm,
got to be top 5.
for sure.
Austin Hooper, he's been actually pretty consistent lately. Well, pretty decent. Do you have him ranked as a solid option this week? I'm still nervous. I have him at 14.
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah,
nervous. I got him at
13.
12.
He was on my pass list because the Colts defense is like number 1 at every category, especially against tight ends. And he had
I think he was the best receiver last week for the Browns.
he did. I think he led the team in targets or something.
Yeah, or receptions. I
Something
think.
like that,
I don't
but-
know, something around there.
Yeah, he had a pretty good game.
He was good. He was good.
But you
I
saw
should have
the-
started him over Greg Olson. I don't know why you guys told me to start Greg Olson, but I did.
Yeah, he had 10 targets for five catches for 57 yards. So pretty solid. Still only 10 points. You weren't like ecstatic, but
I
I
mean,
think he's a
getting
decent option.
10 points from your tight end, you'll take it.
Oh yeah, you take it all day. On the other side of the ball, Big Ben has been so consistent. Is he consistently inside your top 10 at this point?
Yep. He's at number 9.
Number 8 for
7.
me.
Yeah, 8 for me.
Yeah, we all got him around the same area. Lower end quarterback, but he's still been super consistent. I think like anywhere from like 23 to 27 fantasy points. He's locked in as a starter.
This could end up being a shootout, too. So,
Yeah,
AFC North matchup.
I would agree. James Conner locked in pretty much as a top 20 option. I actually put him inside my top 10.
Yeah, I got him at 8.
I have him at 14.
Whoa.
I got him at 7.
I was rooting
ahead.
so heavily against him just because he was on my pass list, and like most of the game last week, he wasn't doing too much. Did he score?
I think he got involved. I don't know if he scored, but he had 14 fantasy
But yeah, they started
points.
throwing it to him, and then he got more involved. I was like, damn it! I was about
Yeah,
to look
he
like a
found the end
genius.
zone. He found the end zone. He had 15 carries for 44 yards and a touchdown, 3 catches for 19 yards. So not a great game, but I think the Browns are a more favorable matchup. So I think he has a pretty big game this week.
Yep.
All right. And Juju, did you downgrade him any after some inconsistent performances? And are you starting Chase Claypool?
Bye weeks may make you start Chase Claypool, but obviously, I wouldn't expect. I don't even know what to expect from him because he's not putting up
Yeah.
4 touchdowns. Obviously, I don't know if with DeAndre
Yeah.
Johnson's what he will do.
Yeah, I have Juju at 17, and then I got Claypool at 35. So Claypool is like a lower end flex, just kind of like upside flex.
Yeah,
I think you're still starting Juju.
Yep.
All right, let's pick this one. Browns at the Steelers.
Steelers.
Hmm.
Ellis.
What are you thinking, Keel?
Yeah, Q, get cute.
I'm-
You too, Sean.
Is
I
it
am
cute?
getting cute. I'm
Get
taking the
cute.
Browns. I'm 100% taking the Browns.
I'm taking Browns. I don't think it's cute. I think they have better offensive weapons. Quarterback's a little sus, but
I mean, yeah, I can see that.
I like the Browns. It's obviously going to come down to their defense if they show up
I
against
like
the Steelers.
Big Ben a
offense.
lot more than Baker. And
don't know.
That's the reason I'm taking the Steelers.
Are the Steelers a 5-0 team? I
Yes.
don't know. I don't know.
Why not?
Because the Browns are a 5-1 team. That's why. All right, we'll see. I like the Browns.
Fluky.
All right, next game: Bengals at the Colts. Joe Burrow bounce back game, even though it's a tough matchup.
Hell no.
AJ being out is not helping his case.
Well, actually, it might be. AJ stinks, but Joe Burrow, I got him at 18, not startable this week unless you're desperate.
Yeah, I am at 22. So.
Yeah. I mean, I think AJ being out does hurt because he was just like another body. Now they're just
Well,
Um,
AJ might not be out. I know the coach was pretty confident this week, actually, shockingly, after saying it was pretty serious. If AJ is out, though, obviously Boyd and Higgins stock goes up.
Yes.
But AJ, you're still not
Yes.
starting until you see him get at least 10 fantasy points in a game because he's been brutal.
we're traded.
Yeah, or traded. We'll see. I doubt it, though. On the other side of the ball, no, still on the same side of the ball, Joe Mixon. Got to talk about him first. Must start still?
How could you miss that?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's your fucking favorite player ever.
Must
I got him
start-
at
yes.
13, still right outside that low RB1, high RB2 area.
I have him at 11.
You're even higher than I am.
Wow, maybe you're the new fan.
14.
Please don't call me a Joe
We all,
Mixon fan.
you guys love to hate on Mixon, but you rank him pretty high. You know
I
he's
will
got
say-
that capability and that volume, and that's what matters in fantasy. Volume.
Do you think
We'll
Sean
see.
ranks him
We'll
lower on
see.
purpose, or else we'd call him biased?
No,
We'll
I
call
really
him
don't.
biased
Like I would
regardless.
definitely start all the guys I have ranked over him. I almost ranked him at 14. I was torn between him and Mostert, but I wouldn't go any lower. I would not start him.
I
Dave
have
Montgomery.
Mostert right behind him. I was tempted to put him over him.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
I have
Same thing.
Mostert right above
And
him.
I should have Gurley above him. So if I
I
were
do
to
have
adjust
Gurley
my
above
ranks a little bit, I think Mixon would fall more 14, 15. But
Yeah, I have Gurley at 11, so we'll get into that. No, wait, we already did that. Gurley, you're starting. Anyways,
Start early, please.
on the other side of the ball, is T.Y. Hilton trustable again after a solid 10 target, 6 catch performance?
If it only takes one game to get his trust back or your trust back for him, then you might need to go take some counseling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely shouldn't be a 12-point game for you to get his trust back.
Yeah, I am not trusting T.Y. Hilton this
No.
week. Only
He'll
if you're
ride Pine
desperate.
forever.
Yeah, until you see him consistently get that Phillip Rivers volume, stay away.
Until he looks
just-
like Reggie Wayne.
I just don't want anyone else to have him because of his capability.
Running back for this game, Jonathan Taylor. I want to see him more involved. He's obviously got the talent, but it seems like they're limiting his touches. Like he's just not getting that workload you want to see. But I still have him ranked inside the top 10. I got him at 8. Where do you guys have him?
11.
11.
Yeah, all around the same area there. Jonathan Taylor's got some good upside, especially against
Yeah,
the
you're
Bengals.
starting him.
I think he'll have more
Starting.
success than Joe Mixon in this game.
I agree.
don't doubt it. I have him ranked over Mixon. So
I got Jonathan Taylor at 8, Mixon at 13.
Bada-bing.
Sell high on Colts D if they have another good game this week would be my suggestion. Their schedule gets a lot harder moving forward, and they've been pretty much elite. I don't know if that continues against some better opponents. They had a really easy start to their schedule. Games like the Jaguars and obviously the Bengals this week. So definitely feel free to move on from them if you need to. But let's pick this one. Bengals at the Colts.
Colts.
I'm taking the
Colts.
I am also taking the Indianapolis Colts.
Cool.
Last year you were able to trade Pat's D for like an actual player,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they were nuts.
They were like a wide receiver 2 last year.
right?
Averaging like 15 points a game.
Yeah, that was crazy. Their schedule was so easy. It was ridiculous. Next game here, Lions at the Jaguars. Nat Stafford, top 10 this week against the Jacksonville
Where's-
secondary.
Got him at 8.
Got him at 7.
I got him at 6.
So am I.
Oh.
He's about to go off.
Galladay
Yeah.
has made a big difference in this offense.
Yes.
Nat Stafford
The
has.
addition of Galladay is key to Stafford's success.
Yep, I got Stafford with Galladay has averaged 25 points per game, although small sample size, only 2 games. Jaguars.
Yeah, I mean, you saw it
another
all
favorable
last
matchup.
season, so I mean,
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Speaking of Galladay, top 10 this week.
Number 9.
Number 8.
I got him at 12. I'm a little bit lower. There's just some guys I like that are been more consistent, but I still like Galladay. Matt, where you got him?
I got Galladay at 5.
Oh.
Galladay, yo, hold me to it because I want to be right about this. Galladay is about to have the best game
My God, I
of
need this.
his season, and he will finish top 5 among wide receivers this week. I promise you.
I hope so.
All
Sean,
right.
you're warned.
I like it. I had Galladay
promise
as
you.
my number 1 wide receiver on the preseason award show. Obviously, being injured hurts that, but I like Galladay's upside a lot.
Mhm.
Is this Marvin Jones' breakout game?
Fuck
Or
no.
is it
No,
time
sorry,
to...
Sorry, I didn't mean to curse, but
It's got Kenny Galladay's breakout game. We already just discussed this.
yeah, right. This
Is
is
it-
all
is it-
Kenny Galladay.
Is it
And I have a breakout later on that we'll talk about.
Is it F's in the chat for Marvin Jones? Are you releasing him?
Bye bye.
I wouldn't mind dropping him.
Are you introducing a new segment, Sean?
Yeah, it's definitely a new, not necessarily a segment, but for these guys that have been struggling, we need some F's
Yeah.
in the chat if you're dropping them.
Give him an F's in the chat.
F's in the chat.
R.I.P. Marv.
Rest in
Yeah.
peace, Marv.
Is it a-
I still think he's got a chance, but he's
Nah.
very, very, very risky. Boomer.
Did you
bust
just
flex
hear the
play.
way you said that? You had no faith in that sentence at all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely risky. Let's move on to the running backs. Swift or AP after a bye week to decide what their game plan is going to be.
This is rough. Maybe you feel good starting either. Well, you don't feel good starting either, but like you might expect the same production from both. Maybe a little more from Swift because he has the receiving ability.
I would think this is more of an Adrian Peterson week personally, just because they feed him when they're up. And I think the Jaguars are a team they could be up against. So I think Adrian Peterson might end up with like 20 carries, close to 100 yards and a touchdown this week.
Yeah, I have AP 27, Swift 29.
Yeah, I got AP 28, Swift 36.
Jesus.
I know Matt is fond of Swift.
I actually have AP above Swift, but by one spot. Literally, they're like 26 and 27.
Yeah. On the other side of the ball, Gardner Minshew again startable with an asterisk. If DJ Chark plays,
I have a question to ask you guys. It kind of sounds crazy because I was asking myself and I was like, "You sound crazy, Matt."
Well, you're asking yourself a question first of all.
Should I like consider starting Minshew over Rodgers?
No.
no.
You can never do that.
Rodgers is
No.
too good. He's getting Devontae
No.
Adams back. He has a new
No,
breakout in
no,
time.
All right, that's all.
Wait,
I
no,
had to
tell
hear.
him
I
yes.
just-
He's playing me. Tell him
No,
yes. Start
I have-
Minshew. Start
I have-
Minshew.
I have Rodgers at 6, Minshew at 12. If
Yeah,
that
I
gives you
have
any help.
Rodgers at 4, Minshew at 12. So,
I
but I
think
mean,
Matt's,
like,
Matt's going crazy.
Just
sometimes
start
you gotta think
Minshew.
it-
It's a good play.
If DJ Chark is out, you obviously have your answer. You're not starting Minshew.
obviously. All right, I'm starting Rodgers regardless.
James,
Even if Devontae Adams is out.
we mentioned James Robinson yesterday being a bit inconsistent. I don't think that scared us away, though. I got James Robinson at 6 this week.
I have my number 9.
I am high on James Robinson against this Lions.
9.
Top 10
Yeah.
option. Let's pick this game. The Lions at the Jags. Who you got?
Lions.
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 Stop looking at me, Sean. You.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready
freak.
for you to pick the Jags again.
Yeah, Matt.
Come on, you love Gardner Minshew. You love the
Don't you
Jaguars.
want to get back up in first place? Or close to first place?
I'll take the Lions.
All right, sounds good.
Boo me all you want.
Boo.
You guys should boo me off stage if the Jags win, though, because that's who I want to pick. But I'm like,
He's too scared.
Big
Yeah.
baby.
Owen will come downstairs with a tomato.
goo goo gaga.
All right, next game here. Let's keep it rolling. We got the Chicago Bears at the Panthers. Are you trusting David Montgomery?
No.
No. He is very involved.
I don't know. I got him as a 15 this week. So this is the best I felt about David Montgomery
I
in a
have
long
him at
time.
15 too.
Just
I
by
think he
default,
has a
obviously.
very solid game this week.
I have him in 19.
Okay, still fair. Still top 20. You obviously have to just start him just because of the volume and the scarcity of running backs. But we saw Todd Gurley have a really good game last week against the Panthers. So I don't think David Montgomery is on the level of Todd Gurley.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, no.
But I think he could find the end zone against this team and
Nick
have
Foles
another decent game.
makes
He had
his
18
level.
last week against the Bucks, who have been
Yeah.
pretty good against running backs,
Nick Foles has helped everybody on this offense.
except himself. He
Yeah,
is
not
not a fantasy
himself.
runner.
How is that possible?
A-Rob's locked in pretty much. You're
Number
starting Allen
6.
Robinson.
boy.
9.
Actually, don't start Allen Robinson this week. Gator, if you're listening, do not start him. Let everyone else start him, please. He'll do well for you.
You're starting Allen Robinson. I think
If Gator starts him, we'll shut the bed.
I forgot to rank Allen Robinson, but I would definitely have him inside my top 10.
Sean forgot to rank him, Gator. Don't start him.
Wow, yeah, Gator, that's a sign.
I forgot. He's a top 10 option. You're starting him.
How do you
Uh,
forget?
Anyways, look, I missed him. All right. Jimmy Graham. Is he inside your top 10?
He is a top 10 play for sure.
Number 8.
7.
I have him at 10. So
Let's talk
confident.
like robots.
Let's not talk like robots. Let's have
Let's talk like men.
let's just move on to the Panthers. You're starting Jimmy Graham if you need a tight end.
Easily.
Teddy Bridgewater, back-to-back good performances. Tough matchup though. Anywhere near startable this week for you.
He may have to be with these buys, but I think
I have him at 18.
Yeah, I got him at 19. I am not confident in Teddy Bridgewater at all.
he has good receivers though, so that's helping him.
Good
Helping his
receivers.
case.
We just saw Tom Brady really struggle last week. The Bears
is
have been
true.
really solid against quarterbacks. I am staying away for this week, but I do like him as a matchup favorite, like a matchup play. If he has a good matchup, you can plug him in. Robbie Anderson versus DJ Moore. This will be a conversation pretty often. I will admit I ranked Robbie Anderson above DJ Moore. I officially moved him above him for the first time this season. Probably should have done it earlier, especially with my Temple bias.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But I have Robbie Anderson at 16. I have DJ Moore at 20. Where do you guys have him?
I got Robbie at 12.
Yeah,
I
and
got Robbie at 12.
I have DJ at 26.
Where do
Robbie.
you have DJ T Gods?
I gotta find it.
He forgot to rank him.
No way I forgot
Okay.
to rank him.
I got DJ at 25.
It looks
He ranked-
pretty hard.
He ranked David more, but not DJ more.
David Moore's on a bye. I hope you didn't rank him. I think you
Ditto.
forgot.
I think I forgot to rank him.
Oh my god.
See, I told you it's possible. You just slip. They
Uh.
slipped out of your mind. You're going through.
It's been a weird week.
Anyways,
Robbie Anderson over DJ Moore.
Robbie Anderson over
Long
DJ
story
Moore.
short.
Robbie Anderson pushing that wide receiver 1 territory. DJ Moore lower end wide receiver 2 right now.
Flex.
High end flex. You're still solid with him at your flex.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey, if he is back, he's locked in pretty much top 5.
Top 5.
Would
Gotta
you
put
move
him
him to
in.
number 1 if he's playing?
No, because there's still better running backs that are fully healthy.
Yeah. I think no matter who it is, I have him locked in at 5. Mike Davis / CMC.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's pick this one. Bears at the Panthers. I am taking Carolina.
I'm going Bears. Can't go against Nick Foles. Actually,
I like it, Q. Spicy. He was overthinking it now. He saw my face and he was like, "Should I do
Yeah.
that?"
nah, I'm going Bears. Their defense is solid. And yeah, Bears.
I'm taking the Bears with you, Q.
Let's go.
Sean's all by himself.
Damn!
Wow, I did not think I was going to be alone. Panthers at home?
That's crazy.
That's crazy. I'm taking the Panthers. Need that game to be the Panthers this week.
Let's go
Might be alone
Bears.
again in a little bit, too.
Come on, big PP Nicky.
All right. Next game here, the Pooper Bowl. Football
Don't-
team at the Giants.
Last time we called the Broncos Jets game the Pooper Bowl, and that was a pretty good game.
That was a great game.
That game was wild. This game might be wild too. We did see the Giants Cowboys super good game last week. So Giants offense found some life last week. Devonta Freeman also found some life. Did not do that great carrying the ball 3.5 yards per carry, but had some good fantasy points. Is he an RB2 option this week?
And a touchdown. No.
Ooh, Devontae Freeman?
I think he's a low end RB2 option. I got him at 23.
Low end.
I'm at 24. So, like, the last RB2 option in our league.
Yeah, in a 12 team league, that'd be the last RB2 option. Where do you got him, Q?
23.
Okay, you're
Anyone?
right there with us.
But
He's a decent
honestly,
option.
I don't even like that ranking for him.
He's just a
Yes.
very, very poor man, Saquon Barkley. He's gonna get the volume at this point. You're not seeing Wayne Gallman and Deion Lewis taking over, but the talent
Calling
has
him a-
evaporated.
Calling him a poor man Saquon is saying he still has big legs. So let's say like poor man Daryl Henderson. Just because,
Because
They-
of the dreads.
yes.
I guess whatever you want to call him, he's just okay.
He's a poor man. That's what he is.
you can fit him in your lineup if you got him on waivers this week.
You can't
Yeah,
fit
Carson
Eddie
on the
Lacy in your lineup because he's too fat.
All right, let's stop bringing up irrelevant running backs. Darius Slayton, is he the confirmed number 1 on this offense after last week?
No, because if Sterling Shepard's back, could still have some impact on him being a confirmed number 1.
Sterling Shepard did not practice on Wednesday. He does have the opportunity to come back now, I believe. But I think Slayton still has the most upside.
Me
At
too.
least 6 targets in every game, 7 in 2 games, 9 in the first game, and 11 last week. They're going to be throwing the ball.
Have to.
I like Slayton as the number 1 option on this team, and I think he's a solid flex play this week.
Q, are you gonna finally admit that I was right?
No, because I mean, he has no choice but to be the number 1 option on this team right now. Wait till Shepard's back, and I'd still no, I wouldn't. But I was gonna say I would take. I was gonna say I'll take Tate over him, but
No, you're crazy if you say that. Slayton just has way more upside. Evan Engram, obviously we talked about him a little bit yesterday. He's definitely still risky. Is he still startable?
I don't know how he
I'd-
keeps
I'd
finding my
start
top
him.
10. He keeps finding my top 10, but I hate him.
I have him at 12.
I have him at 10.
Yeah, I have him at 10.
So I have him right outside the top 10. I'm just a little nervous on him.
A little.
A
I don't
lot
really
nervous.
see like
It's just a
anybody
matchup.
else that I could put over him.
I have Gesicki
Hawkinson.
over him, Jimmy Graham over him.
I agree.
I have Ebron over him, Ebron had a pretty decent game aside from the fumble last week.
I don't have Ebron over him.
And I have
Almost
Dalton
2 fumbles.
I still have Dalton
Almost.
Schultz over him.
Should have been a fumble. But
You have
Should've been a
Dalton
fumble.
Schultz over him?
I like Dalton Schultz. I still think he's going to be involved. Andy Dalton coming in as the backup. He's had some work with Dalton Schultz in the training camp on the second unit because Blake Jarwin was still healthy. So might be a decent option still. We'll get into the Cowboys in a little bit. On to the other side of the ball, the football team. Kyle Allen, Alex Smith. It's going to be Kyle Allen most likely, but still, yuck. I mean,
whoa. No disrespect. Don't disrespect Alex Smith. I feel like he should just.
yuck for fantasy. Alex Smith, great guy, great story. Happy he's back in the league. Happy he's
Yo.
able to play.
Props
Fantasy.
to you, Alex Smith.
Fantasy wise, yuck.
Yeah.
Antonio
I'm pretty
Gibson-
sure he would agree.
Yeah.
I
He's
think he
always
would
been
agree,
yuck
too.
in fantasy.
Yeah. 1 year he was okay. But anyways, Antonio Gibson had a down week. Is this a bounce back for him against the Giants?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I got him at 17. I still think he's a solid RB2.
Right above you at 16.
Got him at 19, so still RB2 territory.
Yep. McLaurin bounced back too after a down week. I have Terry at 13.
With the matchup, I think he'll bounce back, but the quarterback play is still a little weird for me.
Yeah, that's why I have him at 19.
I'm still confident as ever in Terry McLaurin. I think the talent's there. He's elite.
I got
I'm
him at
not down to
19 too.
his talent. It's all, like Q said, it's about quarterback play.
Yeah, we'll see. I want to see what Kyle Allen does for a full game.
He can't
sure.
throw it to himself.
Cannot throw it to himself. I don't know if he can throw it to anyone. But we shall see. Let's pick
They should
this one.
sign Jarv.
The football team at the Giants. Who you guys got?
This is
Giants.
harder than I thought it would be.
I am taking the G-Men
Yeah,
for
give me
their
the Giants.
first win this season. Who you got, Teeks? You're the only one.
Wait, who'd Matt go with?
You
I
said the
didn't go
Giants.
with anyone.
You definitely said the Giants.
Literally never said the Giants.
Pick a tie.
Okay, never mind. I'm wrong. I'm hearing things. I guess I just heard Q and thought it was Matt too.
Pick a tie.
I think I'm going with the Giants too.
The G.
I think they have the better overall team.
Being alone's scary, Matt.
Nah.
It's scary.
I can't because I just can't. I can't.
Don't
Giants?
think about the numbers.
So
Just
you're
think
taking the
about the
Giants?
team.
I'm going the Giants.
All right, sounds good to me. Another game coming up here. Not super interesting. I think it's going to be one-sided. The Broncos at the Patriots. Deja vu. Talked about this game last week, right?
Yeah.
And it never happened.
Think
we
Never
did.
happened. COVID. Yeah. Well, hopefully this week this game stays and actually is played.
And Cam will actually be playing this game.
Well,
Hopefully.
We talked about Melvin Gordon and the whole DUI situation, but if he plays, where did you have him ranked? Or are you still starting him?
If he plays, I had him at 22. So
I got him at
definitely,
20.
definitely
22.
starting
22 as well.
territory.
I shouldn't have ranked them for doing something so bad.
Yeah, don't drink and drive, please.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Big facts.
Just don't fucking do that shit.
But you can drive and listen to the podcast.
Real shit. Just don't do that shit.
Don't do it.
All right. If he does not play, Philip Lindsay moves right into that spot. I don't think maybe a little bit lower,
Yeah.
a little bit less pass catching ability. Maybe you'll see some Royce Freeman action like last year.
Mm-hmm.
He was loving that. He's like, mm-hmm.
Said Royce Freeman. I love
Royce the
Freeman too.
5'9".
Yeah, Melvin Gordon still starting him if he plays. Pass catchers, Judy and Tim Patrick. I know we talked about this last week, but I think we're all still more confident in Judy moving forward until we see more.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
Noah Fant, if he plays,
You're starting him.
You're starting him.
He's top 10.
Yeah, he's top
I
10
had
if
him
he
at
plays.
11.
I didn't rank him. I wasn't sure if he was going to play or not, but
But the Patriots are good at taking away the number one guy, which is most likely Fant.
yeah, but I think that he might just get some garbage time in this game because I think with Cam coming back from COVID, most likely he was activated today. I'm pretty sure. I think he's able to come back to practice. So
Yep.
We saw what COVID did to the Titans.
yeah, it does good things apparently. But
Don't-
COVID has superpowers.
yeah, let's just knock on wood. Just let's stop joking about it. Let's not have that come back.
Honestly.
I like Cam a lot. Where do you guys rank Cam in his first game back?
9.
Cam,
9.
number 8.
I got him at 9. So right back into that top 10 mix. Cam is a solid option.
Mhm.
As for the running backs, Damian Harris and James White, who do you like more in this one?
James White, because he's
Yeah,
the
I
proven guy.
gotta go James White.
I do have James White ahead of Damian Harris also. I think he just is always somehow involved.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I don't like either of them that much this week. I think I have both outside my top 30.
I have James White at 28.
Yeah.
Right around
Damian
that spot.
Harris right around like what do I have?
I have Rex
37.
Burkhead
I got him
ranked
40.
37.
over Damian Harris.
Yeah, I do too.
I have
Burkhead
Rex
at-
over Damian Harris as well.
I have
him at
Burkhead at
34.
39.
Which I don't like, but it's facts.
Yeah. We'll
The
see how
Patriots like him, so
we'll see how it shakes out. But Cam is the goal line back that just takes away a lot of the value of running backs on this team. Do we get an Edelman bounce back this week after some inconsistent performances with Cam back?
Good matchup. Cam back. Edelman, a top 20 guy.
Whoa, really? I don't like him. I have him at 37.
I have him at 31.
Sorry,
I'm not
all
a
over the
fan.
place.
I'm not an Edelman fan.
Top
got him.
25 guy. 25 I have him at.
I have him at 27. So I have him as like a flex option that
Yeah,
you
that's
feel
right
better
where I
about
have
with
him at.
Cam. I have him around to you guys, like around 37 before that Cam was announced back. So I updated it once I heard Cam was back. I think Edelman will still be involved. Let's pick this one.
So
I am taking the Pats.
Patriots.
Easy.
Matt?
Don't get cute.
Drew Lock might be back, Matt. Think about it.
you think I'm gonna pick against the Patriots?
I honestly didn't know what you were thinking.
Yeah, you were sitting
I
there for a
didn't know
while,
what I
man.
was thinking that either.
You're asking yourself another question.
I said, am I an idiot or not?
He's thinking about that trade.
Shut up.
Ooh, he's thinking about it. Running
We,
backs.
the audience doesn't even know what the trade is.
They might know by the end.
We'll talk about one of the players that plays on Monday night. All right, let's go into this next quick game here. Jets at the Dolphins. The Dolphins might be the most inconsistent team of all time. Ryan Fitzmagic at the helm. They are
Most inconsistent
hit or miss.
quarterback of all time.
They are
Is he
very hit
inconsistent?
or miss. Yes, he's super inconsistent.
He's
He
had,
goes
like,
from
3
three
plus-
touchdowns to 2 picks and no touchdowns. Like,
The last
the
3
snap
games
of a
he's had
finger.
at least 20.
yeah, I like Fitzpatrick this week. Where did you rank him? I got him at 15.
I have him at 11.
13.
I have him at 15.
Yeah, I'm still not super confident. I mean, he's been solid for the last few games, but Seattle, he had that fluky rushing touchdown, but he did throw no touchdown passes and 2 picks. Week 1 against Patriots, no touchdown passes, 3 picks. It is a favorable matchup, but I don't know. I'm still not putting him near my top 10 just because I've seen his history and I know Ryan Fitzmagic. After a huge win after the Niners, I wouldn't be shocked if they stunk it up.
Mm-hmm.
Myles Gaskin, though, this should be a pretty big game for him. Did he crack your guys' top 20?
Number
16.
13.
I'm
think
at
I'm-
12.
I think I'm too low on him. I have him at 25.
You
I
said
feel like-
you
Ew,
liked
what
them.
the?
Wait, at what? At what?
25.
Yeah, he only likes
Who
his
do you have
name.
over him?
A million people, apparently.
Yeah, don't name them all.
Gibson, David Johnson, Singletary,
Nope.
Melvin Gordon, Edmonds, Kenyon
Nope.
Drake.
Edmonds, you
Nope.
have it ranked over.
We'll get into that in a little bit.
I
Daryl
think
Henderson
Sean's
as
on
well.
Crack.
So I'd probably move him up to like 20-ish.
Sean loved your
I still
breakout.
just, I don't know. Still just don't like the Dolphins, man. They give me the heebie-jeebies.
Numbers don't lie, Sean.
They don't. They don't.
They don't.
Devontae Parker is locked in as a wide receiver that you can start.
Yeah.
Preston Williams, is he back after a big game? Is he a
He's-
flex option?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Again, in this
Mm,
game, he might be.
maybe if
He
you're a
might be.
Dolphins fan.
Yeah.
Maybe.
If
Yeah,
you're
if you're
desperate.
biased like Sean.
If you're desperate, okay. Not trying to be biased towards Preston Williams. He was
Well,
pretty good last year.
Clearly.
New Jarv?
No.
John's
definitely
new
not
Jarv?
No, stop. All right,
Sean,
let's move
I'm
on.
getting you a
Let's-
jersey.
We're moving on. We're moving
Ooh,
on.
hey.
Jets. Stay away from the Jets. Stay away from the Jets football team, except for Jamison Crowder.
Well, now they don't even have a running back, so they could just set 11 guys back covering all the receivers. And
Frank
Still-
Gore. Everyone go pick him up.
Yeah, Frank Gore is their best option, but he is a fossil.
Do not pick up Frank Gore.
Yeah, please don't.
Fossil.
Let's pick this one. I am taking the Dolphins.
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 Easy.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, next game. Packers at the Buccaneers. Rodgers versus Brady. Who do you have ranked higher?
Rodgers with ease. One of them are
Yeah.
being talked for MVP. One is just doing his thing.
Yeah, Tom still exists.
Both top 10 guys, but
I have Tom at 11.
Rodgers.
but
I have Tom
Rodgers
at 10.
6.
I have Rodgers at 4.
6. Rodgers is 6.
Yeah,
Brady at 10.
Rodgers definitely the better option. Brady's still a solid low end quarterback that you could start.
he needs his
Uh,
weapons to be healthy.
Yeah,
Rodgers or Brady, yeah.
Both
And-
of them.
yeah,
Yeah, both-
exactly.
Both of them.
Let's start on the
Both.
Packers side of the ball. Devontae Adams back. He's obviously locked in. Aaron Jones obviously locked in as well. You like both of those guys. What
Top
about
5,
Robert?
Both of them.
I'm a little lower on Aaron Jones, but
Tanyan?
I agree that he's definitely RB1.
How about Jamal Williams? Are you starting him?
I think Jamal Williams has an impact on Aaron Jones. That's why I have Aaron Jones a little bit lower than top 5. Jamal Williams kind of disappeared for the first few weeks, but he came back with a vengeance before that bye.
Yeah.
And I think, what's his name? Matt LaFleur wanted to get Jamal Williams more involved. So
Maybe he did that to us on purpose, so then we'd have a week to think about it over his bye. Like, shit, maybe Jamal Williams is good. Oh, he is good. But
Yeah. I have Jamal Williams in like the 30 range. I think I have him at 34.
I'm
So.
at 33.
So he's an option for flex in deeper leagues. But anyways, Robert Tanyan, is he pushing your top 5 after 5 touchdowns in 3 weeks?
give me another game. I do have faith that he will be a top 10 tight end, but
I have him at 7, so he's getting there. He's close. He could be that second option in this offense.
I have him at 7 as well. I mean, third option. Third option.
yeah,
Well,
Aaron Jones.
not including a running back. I'm talking about pass catching
yeah.
options.
For sure. With Lazard out for however long he's out for.
He's definitely
yeah.
over Valdez Scantling. He's been
Yeah.
very inconsistent. So it's Adams and then
He is
Tanyan in the
a
red zone.
Red zone monster.
3 touchdowns in one game. That game, Aaron Rodgers looked so happy.
Him
talking
and
to him
Rodgers
and
got
hugging
that
him.
connection, man.
They had that
Oh,
connection.
no.
So that when Rodgers has a connection with someone, look out. Robert Tanyan might be good.
Yep.
Onto the other side of the ball, Mike Evans and Godwin. If they are both healthy, I would start them both. Mike Evans missed practice on Wednesday, and Godwin practiced in a limited fashion. Pretty much everyone on the Buccaneers practiced in a limited fashion. Fournette, Shady, Gronk, Scotty Miller, like their whole offensive weapons.
Damn, their
are-
practice was like 30 minutes long. Then.
They had a walkthrough.
They're all banged up. But monitor them for Friday. If they're both playing, you're starting both.
Both top 15 guys.
Yeah,
Yep.
I have them both top 10 actually. I think
I have Mike Evans 11, Godwin 13.
I've Godwin 7, Mike Evans 9. So I like them both a little bit more. Both obviously have a lot of upside, and I think they're gonna have to throw to stay in this game.
Definitely.
Big Tros.
Fournette also practiced in a limited capacity, like I mentioned. Is it still Ronald Jones season, or does Fournette have an impact?
Ronald,
Rojo
People-
season.
They're so sleep on how good Ronald Jones really is. I said this last week. I mean, people just don't. They know the name Leonard Fournette. They don't really know Ronald Jones, but he gets the job done.
Yep, I am with you on that one. I got Ronald Jones at 16, so he's a solid
Yep.
RB2.
I have him at 20.
Q, no takes here.
20.
Fournette will get his. Fournette. He
Fournette lover.
There was nothing about him being like set back at all by his injury. So I mean, he was practicing limited, but he will be getting his touches. I don't know how much of an impact he will have, but Ronald Jones, I am a fan of Ronald Jones. I know that he's good.
Yeah. And tight ends for this team, Gronk and Brait, both been very inconsistent. I don't think we start either unless
Nope.
one.
Come on,
Avoid
Gronk.
him.
Don't make me look
Avoid him.
that dumb.
I got Gronk at 23, so I'm staying away from
If I can get
again.
a game with
I
Gronk,
didn't rank either of them.
if I can get
Neither
Gronk
did I.
to score 15 once, I will have a successful season. I just need one good thing to go right in my season, and Gronk getting 15.
You have Russ. I think that is like the
I was,
bright spot
I
in
was
your
thinking
season.
I have a lot of top 10 guys, but somehow I
Got
think it's,
injuries, man. You lost Saquon and Sutton. You can't compete.
no, but I have two top
Don't
possible.
say that, Sean.
All right, you traded away David Montgomery, man. That hurt.
No, I don't want to talk
Kansas.
about that. I don't want to.
Why did you? All right,
Let's not.
yeah,
Let's not. Let's just pick this one. Who you guys got? Packers or the Bucks?
Packers.
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 Bucks.
What?
I'm taking the Buccaneers.
You said what?
I am taking the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Is that Graham T. Gods? Oh, maybe
All
it's a
right.
ghost.
I'm taking the Bucks still.
Bucks suck. Well, they don't suck, but
Bucks at home. Packers coming off a bye. I know. Bucks.
You're
off
taking the
for
Bucks?
10 days. I'm
Sean,
taking the
I
Bucks.
hate when you try to bring in home field advantage because most of these teams don't even have fans. So, like, what
I think the Eagles
advantage
win.
do they have?
I think the Eagles could
Eagles
win
have
with the fans.
Q, stop talking about the Eagles.
I'm
All right,
just
we gotta keep this moving. I'm taking the Bucks. I'm alone, and I'm getting this
Yeah,
one right too. And I'm
stay
taking
alone.
the throne.
That's the second one you're alone, so you're about
Exactly.
to be 0 for 2.
So I'm about to be 2-0. Move up a little bit. Take that number 1 spot. Y'all ready? All right. Rams at the 49ers.
Gross.
Rams at the 49ers. Is this Niners bounce back after a brutal game?
Hell
Any
no.
faith in Jimmy
No.
G?
Yeah, I'm not about that.
Too many injuries on defense for them to keep up with the Rams.
I am with you on that. You're not starting their quarterback, obviously, but Mostert is
Yeah.
definitely locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
He's
Top
the
15?
workhorse. Top.
Top
He's number 14.
15. Where do I have him
I
at?
got him at
13.
I have him
14
at
also.
12.
I got him at
He's a
14.
workhorse guy.
Yeah, we're all around the same spot there. Mostert is rock solid.
Yeah,
RB2
he
with
must
RB1 upside.
Must start.
He
Mostert.
must start. Debo or Ayuk startable. This passing offense looked bad last week. Will they bounce back in that fashion? They're going to have to throw to keep up with the Rams.
I'll start Debo over
Yeah.
Ayuk.
I have
Yeah,
IU
by far.
49.
Yeah,
I have Debo at 33.
I have Debo at 38. Ayuk
I
at
mean, yeah, yeah.
41. So around the same. Both like flex options
Flex.
this week. I want to see more from both
Yep.
moving forward. On to the Rams. Goff, a legit quarterback at this point. Like, are you considering starting him every week? He's been pretty solid. Where do you have him ranked?
I have him at 14, so he's right outside of my starting range. But I mean, with buys this week, I would not be against starting. him.
Yeah, he has weapons to do well.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think Goff, I mean, aside from that Giants game where we all expected him to blow up and he kind of had a quiet day, he's been pretty solid the last 4 weeks. I mean, he struggled against Dallas too early on, but that was really a run first kind of game. But I like Goff this week. I have him at 14 also. He's definitely a bye week fill.
Yep.
Next guy here, Woods and Cup. Obviously, you're starting both of them. They're locked in. Not really much sense in picking between them. They're kind of the same player.
I have Woods 14, Cup 16.
For running backs, Cam Akers or Darrell Henderson, who did you have ranked higher? As Sean McVay said, he wants Akers to get more involved.
I have
Henderson still.
Yeah, Henderson, because of last week,
Right.
and
They're
they
gonna
were
roll
all
with the hot hand.
and they were all playing. So, I guess that shows something that he is the best of the three so far,
Yeah,
right now.
Henderson's
The
definitely been the most
better
consistent.
of
I
Yes.
still have Henderson at 24. I like him. I have Akers at 26, though. I just think that Akers might end up having the more talent as the season goes on. But I still think Henderson is the guy you got to go with for now.
Yep.
Let's pick this one. Rams or the Niners?
Rams.
Rams.
Rams. All right, yeah. I'm not getting cute here. Rams are taking this game. And let's get into the double Monday night football because of the rescheduling. Chiefs at Bills at 5 o'clock, I believe. Interesting
That's weird.
time. Very weird. But should be fun.
Hopefully, I can get home in time from work to watch.
You
I
might
agree.
have someone in that game.
Shut your fucking face.
Yo,
All right,
Yo!
Mahomes,
Sorry, sir.
Mahomes, Kelsey, Tyreek locked in. Clyde Edwards-Helaire locked in, but is he lacking upside? He's been very consistent, but he has not really broken out since that first game.
we talked about
Definitely
his,
not lacking upside.
we talked about
Upside is the last thing that he's lacking.
he has
I
a
just
good
want him to find the
form,
end
yeah.
zone.
Yeah,
I
big
guess.
time.
He was expected to have 5 touchdowns. He's only got 1. I think it's going to come soon. Could come this week. I still have him
He's
top 5.
due.
I got him at 4.
He's
due
due.
for some touchdowns. I know Matt's thinking about it a little bit right now.
I got him at 6.
I have him at 8.
Got him at 4. Still in my top 5.
Where do you
So
have
that
the
is
other
Jim.
person in the trade, Matt?
7.
Bias.
That's not biased.
I got Miles Sanders at 10. Just
Yo,
to spoil it,
Way
everybody.
to
spoils.
just throw it out there,
Spoils.
Sean.
They got to know eventually. You guys have been holding it the whole podcast here.
Right.
What if he did it with like 1 minute remaining in the pod?
Matt's folding. I can see it in his face.
I wouldn't do it during the podcast.
Oh,
Loser. Anyways,
I gotta actually like look and think and
with
I
Sammy
can't do that with you
Watkins
guys here.
hurt, Mecole Hardman, startable?
He was
No.
producing with Watkins in, and now Watkins is out, who was producing. So now Hardman could be a very far reach of a flex.
Yeah, I got Mecole Hardman actually at 33, so I'm pretty confident in him as a
Oh.
decent flex option.
And I think Mahomes is going to destroy this defense because we just saw Ryan Tannehill do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I lost this trade with you gods. You gave me AJ Green for Mecole Hardman. And
You want him
You're an
back?
idiot.
With Sammy
You
Watkins
are
out,
an idiot.
it's not looking too good.
I sent
Why would you
everybody in
even
the
want
league a
AJ
trade for
Green?
AJ until someone accepted.
And I did it like an idiot, buying into his name and name only. We'll see if he eventually ever comes back and stops acting like the ghost of himself. But anyways, onto the Bills here. Josh Allen bounced back after a weird game. Where did you rank him?
Number 2.
3.
3.
I still got faith in him.
Yeah, their
Yeah,
defense is
easy.
vulnerable.
Gotta have faith in him. He still has that rushing ability.
He has
and
all the talent in the world.
they gotta try and keep up with the Chiefs in this one, especially. And they need to bounce back from their defense. Which
And he
really
has the
struggled.
weapons to do it. If John Brown is he out this week?
You need John Brown to come back. I think
He's
Gonna
questionable.
be, he's going to be questionable. He's
Questionable.
going to be limited in practice. Just pay attention to Friday's practice and
Yeah.
follow the reports. Especially make sure you have a backup plan if you plan on starting him in your flex because he plays on Monday night.
Yes.
Singletary, bad game last week. I still have him top 20. Did you guys rank him in the top 20 as well?
I'm at 23.
I have him at 21.
I have him at 24.
I have him at 19. So I guess I'm the highest. I think he's all around that low end RB2, high end flex option. I think he'll have a bounce back game this week. And Stephon Diggs, pretty much locked in right now. As
Yeah,
much as I have always
got him
not
at
been
5.
a huge fan at Stephon Diggs, Stephon Diggs has proved me wrong with
He's
Josh
so
Allen this year.
good. He's
I
so
got him
good.
Nine.
at
He's
6.
inside my top 10.
He was being force fed the whole game yesterday on Tuesday.
That's what's
What do you have,
helping him
like
out, the
14 targets?
16 targets,
16
and like
targets?
10 catches.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs is being force fed the ball. If Brown is back, obviously takes away a couple of those targets, but
But
even
Diggs
if-
is easily the best receiver on that team.
yeah, Diggs has been rock solid this season. If you got him in your draft, you got him for a low price and a steal.
Yep.
Let's pick this one. Chiefs at the Bills.
Chiefs.
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 I just want to
Chiefs.
mention that I was very high on Stephon Diggs going into the season, and I feel like all you guys disagreed with me.
Definitely not Q. I don't think.
I don't remember, but I felt good when I drafted him where I drafted him.
I did. I was definitely against Stephon Diggs. I did not like him too much on the Vikings, but
That boy is showing out.
he has showed that he is consistent and he can put up numbers. So I like Diggs a lot. Last game here. Let's wrap it up. Cardinals at the Cowboys. Monday Night Football. Andy Dalton is in. Did you rank him? Is he viable?
Solely off
16.
of his weapons, he is
Yep.
a viable option.
I have him at 17. I think he's viable. I'm just not super confident in him, obviously. You want to see what he can do first. But I don't think he hurts everybody that much. So, like, in terms of Cooper and CeeDee Lamb, where did you rank those guys?
Cooper at 15, so top 20 guy. And CD, I have him at 29.
So Q really downgraded him.
15 and 24. Coop obviously at 15.
I have Coop at 11, CD at 21. I still think they're both going to produce.
Yeah, definitely.
And the only one I have lower, obviously, is Gallup. I want to see. He had a pretty good game with Dalton coming in, but I want to see him on
We'll
a more
see what he
consistent
does this
basis.
Yeah.
Dalton Schultz viable anymore. Obviously, I mentioned it earlier and spoiled it that I still have him as a top 10 option. I think he might have a
Nice
good
safety blanket for
repertoire with Andy Dalton. What do you
I
guys
got him
think?
at 14.
14.
And
Yeah, I definitely want to see it first, but I still think he's a solid option this week to plug in if you need somebody. And let's move on to the Cardinals. Kyler Murray, top 3 this week, because I have him at 2.
I have him at 3.
yeah, 3.
So pretty much we all had the same top 3, Mahomes, Murray, and Josh Allen.
Yep.
So Murray, definitely a solid option this week. Cowboys have been struggling. I think he will be top 3 for sure. Kenyon Drake or Chase Edmonds? Who do you like more this week after last week?
It's hard to rank Edmonds over Drake, but I like Edmonds.
I agree.
And I know Matt likes Edmonds.
I actually ranked Edmonds over Drake this week.
Whoa.
Edmonds 21, Kenyon Drake 22. I have them right next to each other. I think Edmonds with that PPR upside. Like I said, I just think he's going to be someone that's going to be involved in this offense, and he has way more big playability than Kenyon Drake has shown. And Kenyon Drake has no involvement in the passing game, so that really
Which
just
is
hurts his value
strange.
for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I have Drake still ranked over Edmonds, but last week Edmonds was my breakout, so I wouldn't be surprised if he just kept rolling with it and eventually took over this backfield. But that would be surprising because didn't they just pay Kenyon Drake?
Yeah, like $8 million.
Yeah, so I don't know. He sucks
And
though.
yeah, he is.
They
not
want,
big.
they want to win football games.
And you're starting DeAndre Hopkins, number 1 wide receiver.
Number one.
Probably.
Q, who's number one this year?
Yeah, D Hop for sure.
You weren't
This
saying
year?
that last week.
Oh, I'm saying career wise.
What?
Career.
Julio Jones has had a better career than DeAndre Hopkins.
Career, but I'm talking about like right now in the NFL. Who's the best
Well,
wide
yes,
receiver in the
because
league?
Julio's hurt.
Okay, I mean, aside from the injury,
If they were
Julio's
both
fully
punch,
healthy.
if they were 100%, I would still probably take Julio. That's just my opinion. You don't have to like it. You don't have to hate it.
D-Hop number 1. Let's pick this one. Cardinals at the Cowboys. I am taking the Cardinals. Don't trust the red rifle yet.
Yep, Cardinals.
And if you want to talk about a different pass catcher to maybe throw in there, listen to my breakout for this game. But I'm
We're
going
getting
Cardinals.
there, sir. We're getting there.
I know. I kept it in my back pocket.
I
Let's
bet you don't
get-
have any pockets.
Yeah,
Any
I
back
bet he
pockets.
doesn't even have a back.
Q, did you take the
pocket.
Cardinals too?
Yeah.
Let's get into our breakouts this week.
I didn't take a team yet.
Oh, were you taking the
He's taking
Cowboys?
the Cowboys.
No, you're not. Are you really?
What a tease.
What a tease.
You better be taking the Cowboys.
I'll
if you
do
bring
it. I'll
up.
do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll take the Cowboys.
Hey yo, you're
First
crazy.
pick all year.
We'll see. Actually, I don't know, man.
Actually, nah, I don't know.
The Cardinals get upset sometimes, so
I'm upset.
we shall see. Let's get into our breakouts this week before we wrap it up. My breakout this week, someone some of you may never heard of, Irv Smith Jr.
No, they listened to the last pod.
He was brought up last week, and everyone said, "Who?"
Who?
But Irv Smith Jr., I had him ranked heading into this season. I knew he was a better tight end than Kyle Rudolph at this point in his career, and he finally got some work last week. 5 targets, 4 catches for 64, and 10 points at the tight end position. I think Irv Smith Jr. breaks out this week in a very favorable matchup. So I am definitely locking in Irv Smith Jr. as my breakout, and I think he scores a touchdown this week.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Hugh, hit us with your Cardinals breakout.
All right, so I'm going with Christian Kirk. He has been pretty solid the last few games. Well, the last 2 games because he missed one of them. But he had a touchdown week 4. Yeah, week 4. He tied the team in targets last week. Him, Fitzgerald, and Diab all had 7. And against you don't really have to say it. It goes without saying. Cowboys defense is hard. And Kyler's a pretty good quarterback, to say the least. I think that Christian Kirk could find the end zone, as we've seen a couple weeks ago. Christian Kirk, see you Monday night.
I like Christian Kirk too. Good call, Q. All right, Matt, breakout this week.
My breakout is DeAndre Swift. And they are going against the Jags. I can see the Jags keeping this game kind of close. So I see the Lions having to pass a little bit. And DeAndre Swift has proven that he is a passing down back. He caught for a touchdown last week. I mean, it's just I'm waiting for the week that he really takes over this backfield. And I believe it could be this week.
Yeah, after a bye week, I would not be shocked. I mean, he has 3 out of 4 games with 10 plus points. So it's been decent. You do want to see that breakout.
Yep.
Matt thinks it's this week.
Matt, are you drunk? I'm just asking, are you drunk?
A little bit.
Good.
What on earth?
What is happening right
what
now?
kind of question is that?
Anyways, T-Gods,
Okay.
breakout.
He's not really breaking out because he's a a proven vet, but he's breaking out of a slump. His name's Matt Ryan. He's got a new head coach, a new GM. I don't know how much that's going to help it, but just something to mention. Last 3 weeks, he had 13, 12, and 7. He only has a touchdown in one of those games. So he has 1 touchdown over the past 3 weeks. He's probably getting Julio back, right? Julio?
Yes.
Julio's coming back.
Hopefully.
He's still got a lot of weapons on that team. I still like him. I think he'll come back strong.
I can
If
see it.
Julio's back, he's a top 10 play this week.
I agree.
Yep, I would say he's around that borderline top 10 area. I'm with you. Matt Ryan definitely has the upside, especially against a Vikings secondary that has been burned.
Yes.
Q&A, we only had one question for this one. Braden_Wash on TikTok asked, is Cooper Kupp for Galladay a good trade? If you're getting
Trade.
Galladay, in my opinion,
If you're getting
getting
Galladay,
Galladay.
you do that right
Take
away.
that.
bingo. Yeah, Kupp has been solid, and he's been rock solid, but I think Galladay's upside is
Yeah,
way
And
higher.
Galladay has no threat on the other side, really.
Yeah, like Robert Woods up for Cooper Kupp. Yeah, Cooper Kupp's definitely been solid the last 4 weeks, double digits in every game, but give me Galladay all day.
2 touchdowns in 2 games.
All right, Q, wrap it up. Joke of the week. Hit us with some funnies.
Hit it.
How do you make a tissue dance?
You put a little boogie in it. That's
You
an
put a
old
little
one.
boogie in
That's
it.
an
I
old
know that
one.
one.
I have another one.
Oh,
Okay.
he had a backup. I
The
like it.
double.
What did the bald man say when he got a comb?
What am I gonna do with this?
He said, "We will never." Fuck it, I messed up.
No.
See, this one I should never come with a.
Oh.
All right. I have a third.
All right.
All
Oh,
right, you better
shit.
redeem yourself with this triple
Let's
joke.
go. Come on.
What did the left eye say to the right eye? Something smells. Get at the nose.
I get it. I get
No,
it.
Matt's confused. See,
Matt
that's
was
what-
very
I want to
confused.
know what the bald man said about the comb.
Yeah.
I think it was like we'll never part or something because he has no hair. He can't part his hair. I forget the joke.
Better luck next week.
Better luck next week. If you are live here with us on Twitch, make sure you are following us. Feel free to reach out on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatever, to ask us some questions this week. If you have any questions about trades or matchups, whatever, definitely more than willing to help, and we usually answer pretty quickly. So hit us up on there in the DMs, and make sure you're following us there as well. Follow us here on Twitch. Subscribe if you want to support us. Help us grow as a fantasy football podcast. And make sure you're tuned in again next week on Wednesday and Thursday, just like every other week. Double podcast back to back. And I think that's a wrap.
Back to back.
Back to back to back to back.
All right. Peace out.